I figured we just start the party. We just start it because we're already in the parking lot. We're already chatting. We're already jawing about what's up and what's coming. And I think I am very, very excited for this quarter from Suntop. Let's see. Let's see if I can get more light. Is that better? Nah. I think I think I'm very excited. I think I'm very, very excited. When he released the clues, we did the clues. Um, I I immediately looked up because he was previously on his live. He said he's doing 5 more Cormac McCarthy books, 5 more. So I was like, huh. And at one point, I commented "Child of God," and Paul, you could tell he reads them, and I think I caught him like, oh, this guy knows something. And he just sort of kind of maybe caught him flat-footed a little bit. So I'm like, oh, I hope he's doing Child of God. So you're going to get probably the Border trilogy, Suit Tree, and Child of God. And he's doing Child of God in September. I'm almost sure of it. So here's the cheat code. If you want to figure out what he's doing, he gives his little clues, right? And then you take those clues and you enter them into Google AI, and it will tell you hands down what the book is. But before I did that, I looked up what Cormac McCarthy book came out in 1973. Or was there one? I don't know. And apparently his third book is Child of God. It is one that when I heard about it, I'm like, I've got to get this book. It sounds amazing. It's a serial killer book by one of the best living authors ever. Well, now he's deceased. But you get my point. One of the best authors who ever roamed the earth wrote a serial killer novel that I don't know. I'm partial to reading about serial. Like Red Dragon. Hello, Thomas Harris. That whole thing. It fascinated. Serial killers fascinate us because they're very real monsters. They're on the spectrum of what a human can do, and for most of us, we can't even conceive what that is. So I'm very excited for September. The first book looks like it'll be The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, because I entered that also into the Google search. But anyway, when I looked up Child of God 1973, I was jazzed. Then I took the clue and put it in there, and it said that the way he phrased the hint. Let's just pull that up. But first of all, I got to say hi to everyone. I know we're all chatting in the thing, but we got Jason, Mike, Rob. Hello, Rob. Hello, room. Mark, good to see you. Mike again. I said Mike. I'm sure I did. So it was us, John, and I know I'm going to probably miss somebody. Yeah, and Mitch has got some answering to do when he shows up. David, good to see you. Good to see you. What's he doing giving everything to Jason and stiffing us? Hello, Kevin Hyman. Hello, Christopher Bowers. You're so happy. I know you're happy. Jim Chidester, good evening. Phil, howdy, Jeff and Jeff Heads. I'm out camping. We just want to say hello and keep the Monday streak alive. I'll catch the replay tomorrow. Okay, it's awesome. Enjoy the wonderful outdoors. I hope you don't run across the guy from Child of God out there wherever you're camping. I'm sure it's probably New York State. Probably. So good to see you, Phil. Child of God will not have a classic, but it'll have an artist edition. Remember, the classic edition is for the folks, the authors who signed their books, and that would be crazy. The Child of God movie was insane. Yes, there was one directed by James Franco in 2013. I had no idea about it. I've never read the book. Did Rapture do a chapbook slip tray case? Yes, he did. Mitch did. He certainly did. So I don't know if. Wait, I think he did. I'm not 100% on if they're available, how many there are that are available. I don't know all the details. Pardon me. Now you know how I sneeze. Yeah, that's how I sneeze. Good evening. My girlfriend heard your voice and asked, "Is that the Chattanooga Bookman?" That sounds like something Chismar should write about. The Chattanooga Bookman. Look out! If you don't eat all your ribs, if you don't eat all your barbecue, Junior, you're going to be visited by the Chattanooga Bookman. And I don't think anybody likes visits from the Chattanooga Bookman. I love that. I love that better than Beef Daddy, the Chattanooga Bookman. Oh, don't tell me about, well, eat your food, clean that plate. He did. It sold out. Okay, thank you, Mark, for being the actual information on the show. They are gone. More are coming. Yes. Round one, Kevin, he is doing more. There were only a few done. Yeah. I'm patiently waiting on daytime. Well, maybe you'll get a coaster. Apparently, our friend Jason here got a Arson by Design coaster and a slipcase. So, like, Jason is Rapture's teacher's pet. You know what I'm saying? But we can all enjoy it looking at his channel, which I just subscribed to. I don't know if you saw that, Jason, but I just subscribed to. So, yes, I am currently reading this, October Town, Arc. Boop. I'm getting there. Look, yeah, it's only this little bit left. And I was going to read this next, because this I just can't wait to read. This is a giveaway I won on Goodreads for the Arc for John Dies at the End 5. There are no giant crabs in this novel, a novel of giant crabs. You got to love that. You got to love it. So I was dying to get into this, but this leapfrogged over it once Suntop did their announcement. I got this book at Half Price Books for $10. It's just a piece of shit little paperback. This is a long, long, long time ago. I mean, maybe not Half Price Books. No, it was McKay's books. And I wanted this. Of course, I want to read more Cormac McCarthy, and this was one I wanted to get. I got it used, as this says. Now, if you've ever been in a bookstore near a college campus, this sticker is all too familiar. So I bet you some professor was teaching this book. Some student had to buy it. Once they got done with it, they sold it to McKay's for a little weed money, just a little weed. That's probably why they sold it. And here I am. I scooped it up for $10. $10 seems like a lot of money now that I'm looking at it. But holy shit. Cormac McCarthy, man. It's a brilliant book. I'm going to read it. Read it next after I'm done. So the new order is going to be this. It's going to be October Town, Child of God. No giant crabs in this novel. And then probably Talisman. I'm going to reread Talisman and Black House to get ready for October with Talisman 3. And have my heart broken. I know it's going to be devastating. But what can you do? I got to rock. Sorry, Charlie. We're just back from Hawaii. Read Child of God on the flight, so I was stoked this might be published by Sunta. Wow. Hope you didn't read it on the flight while you were flying the plane. Because then you would probably maybe find out about God. I mean, I don't know how it works. You guys could be up in that cockpit. I don't think they call it a cockpit anymore, right? The flight deck, whatever it's called. You're probably in there just letting the computers do everything, right? I know nothing. I sure hope it's not all computers, because I hope there is a skilled pilot at the helm, even though I don't really plan on getting on a plane ever again. I don't know. I'm currently reading Swan Song, first time. I hope you love it. I don't see how you can't. I'm very confident. If I was doing a cashy, isn't that the new gambling app? You can bet on anything. Will Mike Hughes enjoy Swan Song? I'd put all my money on yes. And I probably wouldn't get all that much back because it's a safe bet. It'll be really weird if you don't like it, I think. That's just my opinion. I'm finally reading Haunting of Hill House. Got about 50 pages left. I think I'll do Child of God next as well. Oh, that's so cool. Haunting of Hill House is really good. Really good. And that last part slaps the shit out of you. The last sentence. It's really, really good. It's not what I expected at all. I don't know what you expected, but it wasn't what I was expecting. But yes, I think, and I hope you caught the Carrie reference in there. You could see how Haunting of Hill House gave Stephen King his first novel, essentially. Not to take credit away from the grand master storyteller, but we could see where the seed came from. Good evening, Patty. Good to see you. I saw you subbed. Thank you so much. You're one of the I can't even read that and not laugh, but I appreciate it, Jason. Appreciate it. Although you've tempted me with Slaughterhouse-5. Damn, that book was so awesome. And the numbered edition was amazing. Slaughterhouse-5, man. I just love books that make you just see things differently. You take another view on time, take another view on money, on war, on all these things. It's just, I think, I could see why that it's such a brilliant book. But Slaughterhouse-5 was awesome. I love the way it's written. I love the way it rolls. I love the fun, the comedy of it, the humor in it. But also, it's not Irish humor. It's not black humor, where it's sort of like we're funny, we're saying horrible things, and we're laughing about it because we have no choice. Dark humor. Like if you read Patrick McCabe, Angela's Ashes, Frank McCourt, his brother wrote a book. I think his Monk McCourt. And there's all that. It's sort of like life is brutal and ugly and hellish, but what are we going to do about it? We're going to make a joke. We're just going to laugh. We're going to make jokes out of it and get through it. So Slaughterhouse-5 isn't like that, but it in a way it is. It doesn't feel very Irish at all, because it's not. Kurt Vonnegut is, I believe, German. And Germans are also very pessimistic, but they're sort of practical about it. Quit whining, you're going to die, but there's no humor in it. In this book, there's a lot of humor. Every time someone dies, every time someone or a death is referenced, he writes a sentence, so it goes. So it goes. Like this, death is life. But holy shit, what a great book. I'm so glad. It's one of those things that I should listen more closely or take more seriously the people who recommend books to me. Because it seems like every time they've been 100% on the money. Slaughterhouse-5, Confederacy of Dunces. So these are books like I would never have chosen. And actually, Butcher Boy, when I bought that book, I was just strolling. I used to just browse bookstores. And there was a Walden Books, I think. Or maybe it was a Barnes & Noble. Anyway, I'm walking around, and I'm just looking up and down. And I saw Butcher Boy. It sounded pretty good. The title is pretty cool. And then I pulled it out, and it said Irish book listed for some award and all this stuff. And I was in an Irish phase, so I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. So that was so random. I never would have read it otherwise, I don't think. So I'm going to start really paying attention. The Magus is another book recommended to me by Philip Fracassi. He loved it. So I got to read that one. And Infinite Jest. One of the people who recommended Confederacy of Dunces to me recommended Infinite Jest. So I've definitely got to get on that. Hello, Jason. Good to see you. Hello. What did I miss? Not much. You didn't miss much, Jesse. Lance is here. Hello, Lance. Wasn't The Haunting based on The Haunting of Hill House? I don't know. Maybe. I'm trying to decide what to read next. Just finished Horror Store, which was inventive and fun. That doesn't sound like you're describing a book you really loved. I found it inventive and fun. Maybe it is. Maybe that is high praise. But it feels like you appreciated the mechanics of it, the structure, or some intellectual part of it. You can appreciate it at some level, but you really didn't dig it. That's the vibe I get. Vonnegut was a terrific writer. You'd like Breakfast of Champions as well. Well, boom. Got to do it, Mark. Thank you. The coaster starts at $200. Let the bidding begin. Well, we need Mitch to answer for that coaster. You wouldn't sell the coaster, though, would you? I mean, it's your guy, Tyler Jones. You forgot the decimal. $2. Chattanooga Bookman, what's your favorite book of all time? The Road. The Road. Favorite book of all time. And I got to say, I read the opening, I don't know. I think the opening paragraph or so of Child of God. And I'm just like, this, you get blown away. Like if Cormac McCarthy, when you start in, you leave this realm. You do. It was just such a great. I would try to read it to you, but I don't think I have enough light. Honestly, I would just be like, and then it would be really great content. But yes, definitely The Road. I'll never sell any of my Tyler Jones books collectibles, not ever. So what were you planning on doing then? You're going to take $200. I miss Walden Books and B. Dalton's. I liked browsing books in person. Not as easy to do online. Not as fun to do online. Online, you can't just, I mean, you could, there are ways, but in a bookstore, you could just fall into a book. You know, you could just go with the flow down the aisles. You could still go to used bookstores. You could still, and I encourage everyone to go to an indie bookstore. But yeah, I don't know. All the malls are dying. I think they're Ford City Mall in Chicago just closed. Boop. I think today was the last day. I used to shop there. I just put this over here. There was a place in Ford City Mall called Peacock Alley, and I bought this witch's mirror. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Well, and I bought it. And so and producer Joe worked in like every store that was in Peacock Alley. And it's done. It's closed up. And I bet you it's going to be a data center. I just bet it. Because all of a sudden it was declared unsafe. It's unsafe to be inside. You shouldn't be in there. It's unsafe. Since when did Chicago give a shit about safety? They never did. So I think they have plans for all that huge footprint. So they're all going away. You're not going to be able to walk into a bookstore and then walk into a record store and then go get a Jamba Juice or whatever the hell, Big Pretzel, go to a sunglass kiosk. Those were awesome. And you saw actual people that you wanted to avoid. Those were awesome days. Now you browse, you see a thumbnail. Oh, okay. Just doesn't have that random fate quality to it. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I already read The Road. What's next? Need something to read my next work trip. Butcher Boy is another one that's up there with for me. Butcher Boy and The Road. And then it's a free-for-all, I think. You can't, obviously Fracassi, don't let them get you down, is way up there. Read The Painted Birds, another one. Read Chadlutsky. Read Confederacy of Dunces. I want to get the folio of that, but I don't care. I hope Suntup does it someday. That's a brilliant book. So, mail just came. Got the Brian James Freeman Patreon book, The Painted Darkness. Oh, very cool. You're on that tier. Me as well, Mark. Anyone get the lettered long sight M40 from Thunderstorm? Were they only doing a lettered? They were doing a lettered and a limited, right? I believe. I have the original novella and chapbook as well. Oh, The Painted Darkness. Very cool. I'll read Butcher Boy. Okay. I'm glad. I'm always happy to recommend that. Let's celebrate him reading Butcher Boy. What have you got for me today, Magic Duck Bucket? With a Guinness. Guinness, ladies and gentlemen. For everybody who is betting on Cashy, what will Jeff retrieve from the Magic Duck Bucket? It is a Guinness in my new Father's Day mug. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it's so I have someone to talk to while I drink. I named him Scully. Scully is a great audio wizard on YouTube. Got a skull ring, a skull mug. Very on brand. Very on brand. Got to be on brand. I was legitimately thirsty. It had been a while. Folio did do Confederacy of Dunces. I think a while ago. I don't think it exists though. You could get it on eBay. Yeah, it looks like you have to go on eBay. Yeah, 2019. With a new preface by Bill Bailey. Yeah, you got to go on eBay. It sounds like and it's $225 Australian. I ain't gonna sign into eBay, you jerk. It ended, the one I was looking at. So yeah, it's looks awesome. I probably would have liked it had I got to it in time, but I did not. And therefore you didn't apparently either. We were both screwed over. You could Sancho's Rare Books is selling it. But it came out in 2019. If you want to see it, I could show it. Sancho is showing it to us. Sancho's Rare Books. This is what it looked like. Oh, look at that. Ignatius Riley, you bastard. You can't really see it. I'm sorry, because where they put my face. I'm right there. Maybe I can move. I can't move myself. Oh, what can you do? So, yes, it looks okay. I don't think it's, all that wild or incredible. No matter what Sancho said. So, but I love it. I got what I considered my Tyler Jones Holy Grail, the first draft Midas 1 out of 15 hardcover. I think this is one of the books I'll more than likely give back to him someday. Book's very special to me. Why would you give it back to him? 1 out of 15. Who did it? Is it? And I'm super honored to have it. How did you get it? Did you break into his house? Philip just posted on Facebook that his movie starts filming tomorrow. Breaking news. What is this? Is it Skeletons? Oh, yes. 10 years ago, I wrote a story I couldn't sell called Failsafe. It ended up in my collection, Behold the Void, and subsequently was chosen to be in Best Horror of the Year, Volume 10. 6 years ago, a production company took interest and shopped it around. Hollywood, Bad Robot attached as producer. 4 years ago, it was optioned to Universal. 2 years later, the option went to another studio. In the past year, J.T. Molnar agreed to direct, and Brie Larson was attached to star. Earlier this year, the package, story, script, cast, director, etc., was bought by Sony Pictures for $25 million. Actor Kyle Gallner was attached, and pre-production began. Tomorrow, the feature film adaptation of my story, Failsafe, officially begins filming. I'm so excited to see the story on the big screen and can't wait to visit set next month to take it all in. What an amazing journey. Wow. Wow. I'm live right now responding. Okay. I said, wow, thank you for sharing the journey with us. Although it looks stupid. So that is really awesome. Thank you for giving me the heads up, Mark. That's wild. So yeah, I could share it right real quick. So yeah, this is the post. It's going to be filmed. It's coming out. JT Molnar, all this stuff. It's like he did a scrapbook, like what a serial killer would do for his victims. You know, you take little articles and you just paste them around. So that's awesome. Congrats and cheers to you, Philip. Cheers big time, dude. That A24 movie, Alter's coming out next year. This starts filming. There may be other things in the works. It's great to see him reap what he's sown and get what he deserves. So I'm so happy. That's awesome. I have the Folio Confederacy of Dunces. Very good, Patty. Do you like it? Some random guy. Hello, I just finished a simple plan. Really good. It's like watching a train slowly crash. You know they're going to make the worst decisions, and it's going to turn out bad. I had a simple plan, and I sold it. And I started it, and I liked it, but I DNF'd it. I had the Cemetery Dance Edition. And right now I'm blanking on the author. So, blanking out. I can't think of who the author was. Wow. He also did The Ruins. I know that. Just not picturing is A Simple Plan by The Ruins by, and I know the name. Wow. Old. Getting old sucks, kids. So, well, that's cool. That's cool. I thought it felt like Fargo. I just don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember why I DNF'd it. Scott Smith. It wasn't Scott Smith, is it? Scott Smith? Really? No. I don't know why that doesn't. I don't know why. Scott Smith? I saw the movie a long time ago. Yes. You know what? It was. I saw it because it was directed by Sam Raimi, and Billy Bob Thornton was in it. So I remember seeing it a long time ago. Scott Smith. Why is that? That was not at all what I was thinking. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know, usually you hear the name, you're like, yeah, that's it. Wow. Maybe the Mandela effect. I don't know. I don't know what it was for my brain right now. Just didn't work. Okay, so Butcher Boy or Confederacy? It depends on what you want. So if you want something about, okay, Butcher Boy is you are in the head of Francie Brady, and Francie Brady ain't right. He's living in this town. His family is falling apart, and he takes it out on other people. But he's messed up in his head, and he sees the world as it's really, he sees the world as it's unfair, unjust, and he's got to make people pay. It's just because he can't fix what happens at home. His mom's in the garage. His whole life is falling apart, and he's going crazy, and it builds up to this climax at the end. So it is very psychological. It's very bleak. It's heartbreaking. If you're a dad, you read that book and you cry for Francie Brady. That's that. Now, Confederacy of Dunces is basically a satirical take on a takedown of every American institution. It is every stereotype is represented, and it follows this guy Ignatius Riley, who he's an educated fool. So universities are made fun of, law enforcement's made fun of, every single institution, the family's made fun of. It's just this sort of it's a satire, but it follows Ignatius Riley as he goes about his life and causes all these chaotic situations. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. It won the Pulitzer. And I think you just have to accept the book for what it is. And it's like, it would be like, it's a book about nothing. And like if Seinfeld, it predates Seinfeld, but if it sort of feels like this educated fool who thinks he knows better than everybody else. He thinks he knows better than this guy who owns this company, so he can run the company better. It's just, it's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's also like pointing out how everybody's an idiot. Like everybody's a fool. From your own perspective, you think you know everything, and you don't really know anything. Earthling. Oh, really? 1 of 15? Oh, yes. I have the same book, Jason. I have the same book. Yes. Same exact one. It is. Okay. Yes. Yes. I think you're talking about this one, right? The Ark. Boom. The one that's 1 of 15, right? But it not a hardcover. I thought you said hardcover. And then I got this awesome note. I got it signed at Fracassi Fest. So yes, this is sacred to me as well. Night of Long Knives. I adore it. Is that a plaque on your red phone? Yeah, it kind of is. It's Moe's Tavern business card. So, the phone is in Moe's Tavern. So if somebody steals the phone, he knows how to get it back because it has his name on it. It has his face. So I want to see a film version of The Dark Side of the Room directed by Del Toro. Oh, interesting. Benicio. Oh, wait. Benicio del Toro or Guillermo? I thought immediately Benicio del Toro. But you meant Guillermo. I can't say that name. Guillermo. I have to hit the R. Guillermo. Yes. There you go. I just watched A Simple Plan. Awesome movie. Never read the book. Yeah. Sam Raimi, man. Sam Raimi. And I did read the book, and the book is really good. Scott Smith. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind that I got that wrong. I like it okay. The art is fine, but not really my favorite. But it's a nice book, and I'm glad I got it. Patty is hitting all these books. It's inventive and fun. And it's a good book, and I'm glad I got it. Very even keel tonight, Patty. When your reviews of books, you're just like, yes, it's good. I'm happy. I'm contented in my book decisions. It was a gift from him to me, and it's the holy grail of my entire book collection. No, it's Midas, dumbass. I'm the dumbass. You are not. Midas. I don't have the 1 of 15, but I do have an arc of Midas. But yeah. And I also got that signed at Fracassi Fest with an awesome note. But it wasn't 1 of 15. And but it was the very early galley. I didn't know he did a 1 of 15 hardcover for Earthling. That's cool. Mo's home of the world's smallest large screen TV. I'm relaxed today. I had 3 days off in a row, and the stress has temporarily left me. That's very nice. It's nice. It's good. Very relaxed. Even keel. At peace. It's good. Simple plan. Yes. The prototype, Turn Up the Sun slipcase was a gift from Tyler. Yeah. And it means so much to me. I've 1 of 3 in existence. Tyler's a very generous man. Yes. Next week, I'll be back to my neurotic self. Well, I hope not. I hope you get to run up some speed, some good momentum, some good energy. Just stay with the good energy. Have a great night and great week all, and we'll pick up the remainder on playback later. Okay, Kevin. You take them easy, Kevin. Remember I said the mall was dead? This is probably why. This is after Talisman and Black House, I'll read this. Shopping mall. It was just sitting around. I dig it. I dig novelizations, I think. I kind of think that isn't going to challenge me the way Slaughterhouse 5 did. Shopping mall. Is this a takedown of capitalism? Is this a takedown of consumerism? If consumerism's your identity, if you only live to consume, then maybe you're getting a lesson out of shopping mall. Shopping. I don't know. Let's see. What else do we... Oh, and I was going to read this because remember, Paul was so kind to send me this book with my, with one of the books I got from Thunderstorm. Probably with Avonwood Exodus, which I still have to get a hold of Chad Lutsky to talk about that book in a book club chat. Got to set that up. That, and I'm going to get the Tyler Jones Arson by Design interview chat up soon. I was going to do it today, but I'm going to do it. I'll get it up. I sent you a picture on Messenger, but don't show it. Oh, but don't show it. Look at that. All right. Well, I'm bracing myself, Jesse. Oh, okay. I won't show it. Oh, I see. I didn't know those existed. Can I talk about it, Jesse? Can I say what it is? I won't show it. I don't know. It seems like I'm kind of being a tease. I'm growing my hair out, everybody. Is that cool? I'm gonna go long again. Figure why not? Maybe it'll look good in my coffin. Yeah, I got emo. It got real emo. Sure. So it was the Midas. It's the Midas that I never knew existed. And I had no idea. So this is a limited signed first draft edition of the novel. Only 15 have been made. Signed by Tyler Jones. It's beautiful. I had no idea. And this is Earthling? I don't know. That's very cool. No, it was from Thunderstorm, Jex. No, it was Avonwood, but I think it's because I didn't ask for my replacement of Jex. I don't know. I've never seen him talk about it publicly. That's why. Okay. Well, I won't show it. I will not. I won't put you in that pickle. We'll put you in that bind, Jesse. We don't want to do that. So, but speaking of Thunderstorm, are we all bought? Have we all ordered? Site? Did you get it? I don't know. When does it end? When does the ordering end for Longsight? It says learn more, but you don't really learn more. You just reread the same thing about the book. But you can buy it limited and lettered. And I only see options to buy the limited. Oh, based on orders through July 11th. So we got a month. Well, much less than a month, but July 11th. So hopefully, if you haven't suffered any fireworks related injuries and you make it to July 11th and you have the funds, I would highly recommend getting Longsight M40 from Thunderstorm. But I don't know where the lettered comes into it. Oh my God. Wow, that's a self-own. That is epic. That is I can't even describe how stupid I feel right now. Leonard was right under it. I was always like, well, it's right here. Then I just, right there. I mean, I can be forgiven for thinking the page ended right there. I can be forgiven. But there it is. So you could get the cover looks identical. But this is the lettered edition. No more than 52 copies will be produced, bound in genuine leather with a clamshell box, $3.95 plus shipping. And it looks like it's available. You can order it. Everybody gets their own little button. And so this print run could go up to 500. It could be 28. Doubt it. I think it's going to sell very well for our friend Paul Goblersh over there. So July 11th. Yeah, it took me a while to see where the lettered was when everyone was talking about getting the lettered. I was like, where's the link? And it turned out had to scroll down a bit more, just a little more, just make it a little more. Hopefully this is education for a lot of people. They can tune in and say, oh, if you just keep scrolling from now on, when I'm on the Thunderstorm site, I'm not stopping the scroll until I see the Thunderstorm tramp stamp at the bottom. I call it the tramp stamp because he puts it on all the lower back of all of his books. Have the logo. So I call that the tramp stamp. I mean, I know it's not right. It's misogynistic. It's whatever. I'm a flawed character in the simulation. We were talking about 824 a minute ago, or I was. And I finally saw an 824 movie that's a thumbs down from Beef Daddy. That's a thumbnail. If I want to do professional YouTube, I got to do wacky thumbnails like this. I won't. I have different ways. I have my own brand of annoying, and I don't have to be cliche annoying. But I saw the first 824 movie I didn't like, Heretic. Heretic. Did you see Hugh Grant? Incredible premise, beautifully shot, wonderfully acted by Hugh Grant. I think he did a really good job in maybe 90% of his role. But overall, man, a totally missed opportunity. I don't know what went wrong, but I think the actors, the two female, not Jehovah's, the two missionaries, the female missionaries, those women, they didn't pull it off. They didn't sell it. I don't think they did a good job. And then just some real cringy plot holes. Some real like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. That wouldn't have happened that way. Because they really, and just some missed things, like when they first get panicky about being in this guy's house, it's sort of out of the blue, even though they have things, but they didn't. It just went from no tension to all the tension. You didn't build it properly. Anyway, I feel like, I'm talking to the director. You didn't build it properly, sir, ma'am, whoever. But Heretic was rough. I agree. Not my favorite at all. I loved Heretic. Really? Not a fan of seafood, ergo, not a fan of clamshell cases. You loved it. Heretic was, I love the premise of it. And I really liked the whole idea of challenging these people who are supposed to be promoting a faith with, like, well, let's test that faith. But I don't think it tested it. Where it fell flat was, I thought he would put these people into some extreme situations to prove that they would choose their faith over and over, or try to maintain that hold on what they believe and make it out intact or die. That's kind of how I thought he would go. What I didn't understand, why did he have a life-size, or why did he have a dollhouse replica of his house? That made no sense. I'm not spoiling anything. It's really stupid. He has this little thing where he's like, oh, I don't know. And then the reveal at the end, the reveal, because the whole thing is he's telling everybody what he thinks the one true religion is. And then when he does reveal it and he says, this is the one true religion, I'm like, duh. That was the lamest thing. It's sort of like, it really wasn't the takedown of religion that it could have been. Because I agreed with what he was saying in almost all of it. I agreed. I'm like, yeah, that's religion serves this role as opposed to the higher value we give it. Organized religion is, I just have my issues with it. Born and raised a Catholic, see what the Catholic Church does, kind of messes with your faith in organized religion. You just like, okay, I see what you're doing, and I'm not buying it. You know? So Hugh Grant's character made a lot of points that I'm like, yeah, okay, right. But he didn't challenge the missionaries enough directly. He gave them this lecture. He stood back and gave a lecture. It was like watching an atheist professor preach or teach a lecture on why he doesn't think religion is a connection to a almighty being. That's all. I'm like, okay. Then at least what I felt like they could have done differently is ramp up the horror and the shock. And they just didn't, apart from one really sickly woman. There wasn't much else. So anyway, I actually fell asleep during it. Had to rewatch second half. Oh, who is this? What? I'm true. 122. Dude, you don't have to read Infinite Jest. I mean, if you trust me on nothing else. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. So someone recommended it to me. It's going to take me a while to get to. I didn't see Heretic. I saw Backrooms, though. I liked it. I'm drawn to anything about liminal spaces. Yeah. My kids saw it. I didn't. I want to see it. I might be able to see it. Someone might have a copy of it for me. So I might watch it. It was actually Father's Day, and they asked me what I wanted to watch. I'm like, Heretic. It's an A24 movie I haven't seen. Wanted to watch it. And so it was either that or Oddity, which producer Jill found and seems pretty crazy. So it was Heretic, Oddity, or The Backrooms. And Heretic won out just because it's one I'd been wanting to see for a long time. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I ended up apologizing to everybody. I'm sorry. I have to sit in that hot tub at 111 degrees for 8 minutes a day. I'm sorry. And so Oddity is definitely a better film. Really? Really? Well, I got to see it then. Well, then you should make your version because it's a totally different film. I know. Well, are you saying I got the film wrong or I just wished for a different film? And it's true. I don't think I got the film wrong. It just felt like a lot of lecturing and not a whole lot of pushback. It wasn't like this. I wanted to be caught up in this clash of indoctrinated versus insane because Hugh Grant's insane. Nobody who he's doing something that's outrageous based on what he's thinking. And what he's thinking is I agree with, but I don't agree with his actions. that of course. But it just wasn't this good back and forth. Like it was sort of like he traps two girls and they try to politely leave and then they go deeper into this thing and then things happen. And one thing I will disabuse people of, if you've seen the trailer and you thought it was interesting, and it looked like they were going through a whole maze of rooms and it's this labyrinth, it's not. It's not at all. They are trapped in this guy's house. They have to confront some things. He's trying to teach them some things, and then things resolve. It's creepy, but it's not like when I got to the part at the end where where things are revealed of how this guy's operating, and it's that one cold room. There's a cold room, and there's a lot of. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but when that happened, I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty awful. I mean, I was so not invested. I should have been like, oh my god, get out of the room, get out. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty bad. Oh, there he is. It's like, I think you wish for something that they didn't want to sell you. No, they were making another thing, and the problem was it was A24, and they do a tremendously good job of shooting movies. They do, and that movie was wonderfully shot. But I mean, if you're going to take down organized religion, just drive that home harder. I don't know. Whatever. Happy belated Father's Day. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. It was great. It was a great day. I already bought trade copies of M40 for the 4 people I buy Jones for, but I am tempted to get the Thunderstorm for them too, being the print run is unlimited. Well, it is unlimited until it is shut off. And by that, I mean, when Paul Gobblers decides it's July 11th, when he decides it's July 11th, a week after the 4th, it'll be done. And then FOMO. So I got to go see Oddity. I got to see Oddity. I think that's now on my radar. Because I saw Long Legs, I saw Weapons. I mean, I was trying to think of all the movies I need to see. And it's hard because it's like casually I'll just remember a whole bunch. But then when somebody's like, a movie right now, you go blank. You're like, I don't know what the hell to watch. I don't know. Supergirl. I see people making fun of that one now. I don't know. So yes, get the copy of Long Sight. But also, did you see this? Oddity is creepy and atmospheric. It looked that way, for sure. I don't know if you saw this, but Black Crow Books sent an email. Let's just show you the email so we can all witness this email. They're doing The Only Good Indians and Off the Reservation by Stephen Graham Jones. It's a 2-book bundle. I talked about this in movies peaked in the 90s. I don't know if I'll agree with that, but I think horror is having a really great comeback. Just look, Philip Fricassi's getting movies done, I think it's a good time. And with Angel Down winning the Pulitzer, I think more good, awesome things are coming for horror, especially in movies and books. I think maybe people are going to pay closer attention. So anyway, so you got the Only Good Indians and Off the Reservation, a 2-book bundle, the only UK bundle, partnering with Titan, the only UK special edition. Please note that these may not be the final covers used for our editions. So who knows? They didn't tell us what it'll be. I read Whalefall last week. Not bad. Anyone watch the documentary In Search of Darkness? No. Somebody help maybe Zach out and let him know what you thought. But then there's something that they had to fix with the rib cage on Serafina cover. So they got it all wrapped up, and they said, and Philip Fricassi had the perfect pens for signing. So he signed in green to match the Serafina. But I don't know what the deal was. We're delighted to announce that our collector's edition is now with the fulfillment team and currently being processed. AKA is now in the hands of postage gods. Our shipping partners are working through their backlog of orders. But it said, after several adjustments, we were finally able to achieve the debossed rib cage as originally planned. So the rib cage was holding up. I don't know what's different here apart from what they showed us previously. But here's what they showed us previously. Oh, come on. This is still the order, and it's still available. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Why is this still available? It's limited to 1,000. I don't know how many they have left, but there it is. It's got this awesome green effect. It looks like glow in the dark. It's very cool. But I'm dying to see this debossed rib cage. I think the movie will be better this time. Oh, than Whalefall. Mike, it took a while for Whalefall to grab me, but it finally did. And the last 2/3 was pretty good. First one covers all the 80s horror movies I was watching in the 90-94 one. It's about 4 hours, but just has directors. Oh, Searching for Darkness. Oh, okay. Actors, writers, talking about the movies they worked on. It's fun to just put on, yeah, and listen to. Yeah, no, that sounds cool. I didn't know that's what it was. In Search of Darkness. That's awesome. I'm very curious. All the 80s horror movies. Wow. Yeah, I should see that. So I'm gonna heart that right there. I'm gonna heart that. So it's still available. I don't know if any of you are sitting on it, not gonna get it. 30 pounds. You can get 30 pounds, pretty good, and go get it. Serafina. But yeah. Black Crow. Black Crow's where it's at, people. Lots of B horror stuff in the 80s. Yeah, it was great. Great times. Great times in the 80s. I was alive. I was alive then. Low budget. Yeah. I remember when I showed my uncle Hellraiser. I was loving it. I thought I was really into tarot cards, and like I showed you the witch's mirror and all that stuff. I was really into that stuff. And I really felt like there could be a lament configuration. If you believe in this thing and you could summon the demons. So there was a really that movie hit at a very tender spot in my life where I thought all this crazy stuff was possible. So it was more terrifying for me. And I told my uncle about it. My uncle's an asshole. And he's a little bitch. He's a little bitch man. Let me get that right. And he took fun in shitting all over everybody else's happy stuff. He's like, that movie looks stupid. That looks like, ketchup. That's not really blood. He said that about Hellraiser. He said the effects were shitty. And I'll say, in retrospect, when I look back at it, yeah, the parts where Larry's skin's getting pulled apart, it does look a little bad. But if you're really transported by the movie and you're really in it, that you don't notice those silly little blemishes. You don't. It's a mood, it's a vibe, and it's all terrifying. And for him to do that, it really, obviously it stuck with me all these years. And I'm like, what a jag-off. Like, he didn't have to do that. Because I was so happy about it. Like, if somebody presents something to you and it means something to them, and they're very happy about it, you can have a different opinion and you can express a different opinion, but you shouldn't be a dick about it. But that's the only gear my uncle has. So anyway, but yeah, a lot of those movies got by with a whole lot of suspension of disbelief. All those movies had a lot. They were more potent because we wanted them to be potent. We wanted to believe. We wanted to go with it. They're releasing a 70s one. Oh, bet you that's even more low budget. It's kind of like a Kickstarter. Check it out. I will. That's cool. I will. I'll have to. I have to see it. So yes, we have to talk about some other things. But did everyone get the Chiz email with the PC King books for sale at the high prices? No, I didn't see that. Pretty bad when the publisher rips people off with the prices of books that are theirs for 10 times what they sold for. Really? Wow. I've been really wanting Swan Song by Subpress. You think Suntop doing the edition and then Levidian eventually doing an edition with Subpress shutting down the Swan Song to get will be a Suntop? I'll say the Swan Song to get is a Suntop right now. Levidian's not doing a deluxe of Swan Song. They're going to do a Robert McCammon library edition, and it'll be really badass. It's going to have Francois art in it, but it ain't going to be at that crazy bells and whistles level that Suntop operates at. So I don't think I think the edition to get will be Suntop, but I have the Swan Song too as well, and it's pretty awesome. But I don't get emails from CD. The email doesn't allow scams into my inbox. I'll forward it to you. I think I have it. Let me get it. So, is it Richard Chismar or Cemetery Dance? Because I haven't opened any of them. Free Stephen King sampler? Is that it? Wow, I'm looking. I'm going free Stephen King. I'm seeing, let me see. I'm seeing, oh, okay, rare Stephen King. Let's see. No, I mean, this isn't what you're talking about. I must not be getting it. CD today. Maybe they bounced me because or they've got like a no, I've got nothing for the 22nd of June. Let me show you what I got here. So these Richard Chismar Cemetery Dance emails, and you could see the ones that are bolded are the ones I haven't read. I haven't really read any of them, but look at this, just garbage, and they're all the same, right? So I got free Stephen King sampler was the last thing I got. So if you buy this shit, you get shit you might actually want. The SK sampler may include hardcover books, paperbacks, chapbooks, art prints, posters, promotional items, and much more. Minimum value is at least, I love how this author, this man of words, this New York Times best-selling bitch, has to write minimum value is at least $125. Minimum value means the least. Oh my God, what an asshole. Anyway, best of all, it's free if you pre-order both. I mean, you got to give a little bit of your soul away, Killing the Boogeyman and Them within the next 48 hours. You know what? I will say good for him looking out for his son. Spamming his email, his business email thread to promote his son. That's so sweet. And look, there's no daylight between Richard Chismar and Cemetery Dance. And Cemetery Dance, right here, free, you bet. Email for details. Oh, that's how they get around it. We're not selling Richard Chismar books in our Cemetery Dance newsletter. You got to email Dick Chiz, and then he'll tell you what that other email says. So you email them, and you email Chismar, and then he sends you that other email with the details. So that's the douchebaggery today. I just automatically delete any CD email. They're getting super annoying. Mark, did you forward the email to me? I thought I don't know if you were going to do that to me or with somebody else. Going to continue our David Lynch marathon. Good night, Chattanooga Bookman. I'm the chasing the Chattanooga Bookman is what we did. That's what we should have called tonight's episode. But I don't have I can't see the future. I'm not realizing that I will be the Chattanooga Bookman by the end of the night. It says they are books on consignment. Oh, I remember seeing an email once from Jagoff Man, where they were like, we're selling for our friend or our longtime customer. Yeah, no. Oh yeah. So this is the one I'm talking about. I did see this one. First come, first served. Visit cemeterydance.com now. We're selling a stack of books for a longtime customer, including signed limited and lettered editions from the likes of King, Joe Hill, Dan Simmons, Brian Lumley, and Clive Barker. I will bet you that that longtime customer is Richard Chismar himself, and he's just making money. He's just trying to pump some money into the corpse that his business is. At least 125. Sound like he's hella rounding up. Yeah. If they would spend half the time they take on these emails to work on their backlog of books, they might actually get a few of them printed. So, yeah, but the problem is that the backlog of books comes with a price tag. Like, he needs the money to get them out of wherever they are trapped, whether it's the printer, the slipcase maker, postage. He needs money to send out 5,000 copies of Pet Sematary. That has to be raised. He already got the money a long time ago, spent it all. Now he's left holding his crotch or King's crotch, and he has no way to get all that money to jailbreak all those books so he could sell more books. It's running out. He's outrun his Ponzi scheme. He's got ahead of himself. He didn't pace it. Now he's like, all right, well, CD is dead. That's sinking. That's nearly at the bottom of the ocean. I need to get the lifeboats out, and that is best-selling author for me and my son. I need to get them launched in order to maybe have a future, but apart from, he's not going to have, he is a best-selling author, but I got to say, just to be a ghoul, we're not all good people all the time. Good people aren't good people 100% of the time. And I got to admit, I went to look at memorials, the ratings on memorials, and 3.72. It's higher than I'd like to see it. But when you go down here and you get to the reviews and you click on the 1 star, they are brutal. This first one kind of pissed me off. Too long, too clearly written by a man. Okay, pump the brakes, sister. Why is this okay to say? Why does that matter? What if I said clearly written by a woman? I have a very strong distaste of her writing that, because that is absolute bullshit, and she can kiss my ass for that sentence. Now, I will say other people later on said very similar things about why it's problematic. Okay. And I accept what they're saying. They're saying the male gaze is really awful in this book. It's super creepy, and there's no purpose to it other than that's what the author wanted to write. So I agree with it, but this sentence right here, too clearly written by a man, F you. I mean, I don't want to say whatever. I don't want to, but that really pisses me off. So take some seats. But most importantly, too many stupid decisions were made. Fine. I mean, that's great. And nobody calls her out on it because it's okay to say too clearly written by a man. I don't like this bullshit world we're in. Really don't. But anyway, so that pissed me off. But then Heather, all the people who don't like it are women. And that is very understandable. But they're like, here it is. Lastly, my final critique, the male gaze in this book was strong. As a 27-year-old woman reading this in the 21st century, there were some scenes and descriptions that quite honestly gave me the ick. Overall, the book had so much potential, and I was so excited for this one, but left feeling so disappointed instead. Now, that's 100% legitimate. Yes, that's why it's a problem to say that's why this book was written that way. But to just identify a population and dismiss it based on that population, we've got problems as a society. This shit's gone too far. Then another one, I'm sorry, it's a stinker for me. uh, there's a lot of stuff that really echoes a lot of the other things I was reading, and it is really great to see people like slap this guy. And when the 1-star reviews are by and large saying the same things, it's the writing wasn't good. I was looking forward to being creeped out, but this one's a dud in every way. There's so many 1-star reviews that say that. And wow, it is when they all agree and they're all like singing from the same sheet music, it's you got to listen to it. This is not a good bell curve for him. A lot of the authors, people are really quick with the 5 stars nowadays. So to see this sort of breakdown, this book is far worse than a 3.72, in my opinion. And I would encourage anybody to go read these things. But at the same time, he's a New York Times bestselling author. It says right there, New York Times bestselling author. The bad guys get away with it. And there is that male gaze in A Girl on the Porch too. Now, the male gaze, if you're writing with that to creep out the reader, then that has to be the point where you have to have a narrator or the point of the story is very unsettling. The way this guy is looking at women, the way he's talking about them, and the leer is like, yeah, that could be used to good effect to hate that character. It can't be written like, hey man, check her out. Like you're elbowing your buds over some brewskis and you're like, hey, woo! Like that doesn't work. That is really not anything I'd want to read because it just doesn't fly. It's and I have a feeling that Richard Chismar is so clueless and so vapid that he would think that's acceptable. Like, that's how I talk with my buddies and we all get a kick out of it. Well, how you talk to each other at lacrosse games or in your garage or when you're on the boat fishing, that's a different thing altogether. And you can have your guy talk, but nobody wants to read that shit. Anyway, she must only think books are now only now written by women. She must only read romance or books where women like her fall in love with dragons. Pure sexism due to not explaining criticism. Well, I'll agree with that last sentence for sure. You can like, again, yeah. If you have to explain it, you can't just say this is written by a guy, therefore it's bad. You have to give context to that. How awful it would be if I said this book was written by a woman and therefore it's bad. What? Okay, that would be an awful thing to say. I would never say that. But anyway, so it's sort of like I like to see a 1-star review of an author I don't like, but I want to agree with the review. I don't want to feel adversarial with the review. And I think people just need to be a little more inclusive, right? Where's Mitch? Mitch isn't here. Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. is not here. I'm writing it. I have them all written down. I have it docked. And there will be notices going out. There will be notes in the mail. Noletsky, sometimes he shows up real late. And I never know who's lurking in the murkiness of the ocean here in our little pool. But yeah. Mm-hmm. And well, speaking of our friend, of our absentee friend, Mitch, What the hell? Here it is. Mitch, your favicon. I don't like your favicon, Mitch. You got to work on that. Maybe I'll get somebody to work with you and get that figured out, because it looks like, I don't know, Squarespace. But he's doing a new chapbook, Shadow Flowers by Jeffrey Thomas. The numbered edition is now available to order. I've never read Jeffrey Thomas, and that is really awful because I just realized, or I realized, I have this arc I got from Earthling that I've never read. And that's bullshit. You send me an arc, I got to read it. So this is on my TBR. And that's still available. So I've got to read it. But watch out for that Mr. Weapon character. He sounds crazy. Yes, he's a little off kilter. A little bit. So you go get this. You got to get it. I heard it's not as good as Death Bus, though. First one I'm not looking forward to. I read his Earthling book, and it wasn't good. There's a reason it's still available. Damn, Mike Hughes with the receipts. And I can neither confirm nor deny that assessment because I haven't read it. Wow, Mike. Say what you think. No, I'm glad. We need more honesty. Yeah, that's pretty wicked, dude. I don't know. I'm looking forward to reading something from him because he's a Jeff. Shadow Flowers. Sounds cool. I wonder what's after that because he does the bundles. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Death Bus. It's out of stock. Son of a bitch. Fitted sheet is still available? Oh, let's look at what Mitch has got here. It's an art print. That's an art print. These are art prints. Okay. To Be a Ghost is out of stock. Art print, To Be a Ghost. The numbered edition, there are more numbered editions of To Be a Ghost. Anybody up for it? That's crazy. It's low stock. The Quality of Mercy's out of stock. Fitted sheets available. How is that even possible? Death Bus is gone. I'm not saying anything, but Death Bus is gone. Can't get Death Bus anymore. Huh. That's pretty wild. So get that. I don't know. Yeah, he found some. Yeah. Yeah, he found Spirit of Place is great. Huh. Some differing opinions. Look at this. Look at this. We're all talking. We all have different opinions. It's special. Yeah. So you can get that, but also I thought this was funny. I thought this was really interesting because SST, Paul Fry over there, he ain't effing around anymore. You're getting the slipcase. That's it. You're getting the slipcase. It is signed and slipcase limited edition. There's no option for just the book. No. You guys are out of you've worn out you're done. He's done with you. He ain't doing this patty cake bullshit. Oh. He ain't doing this patty cake bullshit where some of you want it, some of you no, you're getting a slipcase and shut up. Order it and shut up. That's what Paul Fry's saying. Art by Babs Webb. Creepy. Her stuff's really good. I don't know if you've seen her from Suntup, but her art is excellent. Very unsettling stuff. And she was going through a very real personal trauma when she illustrated If You See Her. I'm not going to say what it was because it's very, very personal, very horrible. and it actually kind of relates to the story itself. So it's scary how that lined up. When is the Earthling death bus coming? Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I got to talk to Paul. I got to call him up. See, do you want the expanded death bus? Do you want the death bus, the 18-wheeler death bus, Paul? Because we can go crazy with this. There are other places to go, man. Definitely. There's unlimited multiverse levels that Nick can visit. You want to go there? Let's go there. I love the atmosphere and shock of that novella of Spirit of Place. I don't know if I'm able to read any of it to you. There's some acknowledgments. There's an introduction by Brian Evenson. So then we get to Spirit of Place. And what does it say? What? I can't. Zoyan had noticed the tiny old woman who stood facing the shop's back wall and had assumed she was studying the various sized bottles of what? Yeah, of ginseng lined up there along the tiered shelves. That's how it starts. I'm sorry. I didn't do Jeffrey Thomas any justice with that reading. Korean shopping mall horror. Oh. Well, there's a whole shelf of ginseng. So is that Korean enough? I don't know. I really don't want to judge what be in a Korean shopping center. I will say I love Korean food. Absolutely love Korean food. If I had to pick cultures of food by the culture, Korean would be way up there. And curry and Indian food would be way down there. That's my range. I don't know what that proves. I guess nothing. I'm over all fast food, though. Fast food when I was younger was it. Like, man, I loved it. It was a treat. Man, that stuff is rotten poison. That's your tip. That's your health tip for today. Fast food. Fast food, they call it fast food because it's the fastest way to the grave. The fastest way to just die. Yeah. Hate fast food. I mean, I used to love it when I was a kid. Loved it. And even in my 20s, I could live on this. And, that was before it got super expensive as well as poisonous. I love Indian food. Therefore, we're no longer on speaking terms. I didn't say I hate it. I just said it's my least favorite. I could eat. Jill makes fantastic curry, but she's like, Jeff, it's not Indian curry, you dumbass. It's Japanese curry. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what to tell you. I like Middle Eastern food. I like Mediterranean food a lot. I like Korean. I love sushi, Japanese, I like Chinese food, but it's probably not real Chinese food because it's in the States. I was told my homemade pizza is on level with Antonio's. I don't know Antonio's. Talk to me. Talk to the hand. No, I don't know. Christopher sent me a link to your favorite Indian restaurant near Chattanooga, if there is one. I will say there's a dearth of culinary experiences, at least compared to Chicago. I hope that changes. But Korean food kicks ass. I'm sorry. I'm getting hungry. Jill made a delicious meatloaf tonight. Delicious, sufficiently fulfill. I mean, meatloaf. If you walk away from a meatloaf hungry, I don't know what to say. It was Italian beef sandwich. Love it. Italian beef? Good night, y'all. Have a good week. Okay, take it easy, Patty. Time to hit the road, Mark. Take it easy. Italian beef sandwich. Yes. Yes. and it's got to have so much sauce. It's just dripping. There's people that actually do a dip. They do an Italian sub and they dip it. And then you get peppers on there. And then you do the combo. You do the sausage and beef sandwich. God damn it. This is torture. What else did I have to talk about? We talked about Rapture, Heretic, Thunderstorm, Longsight, Black Crows, Stephen Graham Jones, Shiznit, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, and Suntup. I mean, and congrats to Suntup for the sellout on Lathe of Heaven. Beautiful stuff. I'm very jealous of anybody who got one. But I have my hex, my numbered hex, to console me with the cyanotype. I don't know if there's a good Indian food restaurant in Tennessee. I discovered it when I was stationed in Tokyo, of all places, and then found an excellent place when I was stationed in D.C. Conversation Tree Press. Oh, I don't follow them. What have you got from me if you want to talk about it? I don't follow them. I don't know if I subscribe to the newsletter or not, but I did see a post from Christopher Webster saying Conversation Tree is dropping bombs. So Perdido Street Station is at Chia Melville. Oh man, I'm embarrassing myself. Perdido Street. Yeah, China Melville. Did I see Chia? Wow. Is it on their website? Okay. The page isn't found. It says the Conversation Tree Press signed limited edition of China Melville's Perdido Street Station. But when I click the link, you got to see it. I'll show you. When I click it, I say Melville, but it's Meville. I'm so you see it says Perdido Street from conversationtreepress.com. Page not found. Huh. So I don't know what that's about. But there it is. It got us nowhere. That was a dead end. Conversation Tree makes excellent books. I've only been able to get a few standard states. Haven't experienced a deluxe. Yeah, they look awesome. They do. They look wonderful. I don't have any. I don't think I'll be getting any anytime soon. Not in the near future. But congrats to all who get one. And with that, I am going to call it a night, and we're going to get rolling. We'll be back next week, of course. There'll be other things to talk about next week. There'll be other books. We'll have chats. We'll have giggles. And until then, stay frosty.